Michelle. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us today. This is going to be so exciting. I'm so excited. Uh,
Yes, I am too.
yeah, perfect. Well, hello everyone. Hello for everyone that's joining in. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is Ambition Amplified, and I'm your host, Celeste Lopez, this evening. And today we have a very special guest joining us today, a true force in Chicago here, and a lyricist, a performer, a storyteller. Please welcome everyone, Radical Knight, aka Day. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. I'm grateful.
Oh, of course, we'd love to have you here. Thank you so much, and it's great having you here with us. And let's start from the beginning while we get settled in here. How did you
Mm.
first get into rap and music, and how did that what sparked your passion to create in the first place?
Oh, so I think I've always had the passion to just push my pen, but it really started in fifth grade when we were assigned this project to create like this scrapbook sort of situation. And we had to write poems and like write stories in class and things like that. So that's kind of when I started to really find my voice and like pushing that pen and like knowing what to say on paper. Cause I was pretty quiet in class. So that was my way of like actually expressing myself. And then in seventh grade, I was always writing poems in class because I had like a little boyfriend or whatever, right? So I was sneak dissing and I was writing in my notebook when I was irritated. So I'll just, again, write poems about how I was feeling, depending on the day or whatever. Then in eighth grade, I was still doing that in class. And at that point, people saw me writing poems in class and then, they like, yo, what you writing? Like, let me read it. I'm like, hell, wasn't that vulnerable yet, but I was just like, okay, well, if they're interested in it, might mean something. So started sharing my little notebook and folks was reading my poems and they're just like, wow, this is cool. And I'm like, thanks. Fast forward, in eighth grade still, we were presented this opportunity. Shout out to Miss Graves, one of my teachers. We were presented this opportunity to perform at Columbia College for their like Manifest Festival. That was lit. And to be in eighth grade, like performing in front of folks, that was crazy. And of course, I wanted to get out of class. So that was my opportunity. So me and my homegirl, Kayla, and a few other of our classmates, we all grouped up and wrote some poems about like what we was experiencing and things that was happening in the world. And they actually separated us in four groups. So they had producers, writers, like the performers, like the MCs, artists,
Mhm.
and they had somebody else. I cannot think of it on the top of my head. Um, Dancers. I could just be lying, but
Mhm.
they had another group, but it was dope. So that's when I really got my feet wet, and then after that, I started performing a lot in high school, doing poetry though. I was still rapping, but I just was a little shy to say that I was an MC just because of the pressure that comes with. So I was just still rocking the mics, going on stages during assemblies and stuff, Black History Month performances, and doing my poetry. And then after that, um, I went to ISU and my homegirl, she put me, shout out to Kaya. I love Kaya. She actually pushed me the hardest to like get on stage. It was this Apollo performance and I went up there and I did my little poem. I wrote about this lady in eighth grade, my old teacher who called me a kindergartner from the ghetto. That I'm gonna get into that later. But I wrote a poem about that, and I actually was able to get that off my chest and explain exactly what I was going through from that somewhat traumatizing experience.
Yeah.
And I did great. My homegirl, my best friend Alyssa, gave me flowers. Like that was the first time I felt like I could be on stage and like really do this as an adult versus being in high school. So then after that, it was history.
Oh my god. That's a lot. That's a lot. It
That's a
sounds like
lot.
it mostly started with poetry and, just putting your pen to paper. That's what it sounds like it started like. And that's very admirable considering it was a very young age. That's a beautiful,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you
That's,
don't really experience, like, you don't really realize what you've experienced until you grow older and you look back and you're like, wow, that's why things happen in the way that it does. So I'm forever grateful.
yeah, no, that's very true. Straight to the point. I love that. That's beautiful. And
Thank you.
yeah, and you describe yourself as a rapper and as a lyricist, and I love that. especially from the South Side of Chicago. Me being from the South Side, I love that. So it's good to have
Yes.
that representation, the accurate
Yes.
representation too. But yeah, I love it. And you have like you're very you're very true to yourself, and that's beautiful, and I love it. And
Thank
what
you.
would you say your of course, what would you say your authenticity means to you as an artist?
That's the foundation right there. You got to know who you are as a person first, then as an artist. I think that will also translate. Because if you don't know who you are, then how are you going to even give the message to the people? Because hip hop is about bringing the message to the people. You got rap, which that's an element. You got MCing and all that other stuff, but that's just a little taste of hip hop. But like for me, it's bigger than that. It's really about knowing self. So you can actually navigate in this world that we live in. So how are you using that key factor in your music? Because
Yeah.
that's the only way that you could create. You have to know who you are. If you pretending to be somebody else, you might as well go be an actor, read that script. But I'm not reading the script, I'm creating mine. So, you know,
Yeah. I love that. And I feel like it can be a little interesting of a way to get through that because as artists, some artists feel like they have to portray themselves in a certain persona and kind of
hmm
differentiate themselves between what they want their audience to see and what they want to showcase in their personal life. Do you
yeah.
feel like you have like a decent balance when it comes to that, having your own personal life as well as putting yourself out there and giving your audience and your fans your authentic self?
Yeah, I think more so this year. I've just been trying to get back to myself, and because of course, we got jobs, like we got to pay the bills now. So, just knowing to do that, being able to fund the things that we love to do, but also still experiencing life and like getting on these stages and connecting with people that actually listen to my music. That's like the best thing. That's actually my favorite thing. Performing. I'm a performing artist for sure. 10 out of 10. I love doing that. And I just think connecting with people is major for me.
I love that. I wanted to jump on to your recent music that you've kind of put out, specifically your song Best Days. It's been all over the radar recently around you, and I love it. Um,
Yes, thank you.
yeah, of course. It was a beautiful music video, and I'm going to get into that later. But one thing I wanted to ask you about was on a podcast interview you had recently, you mentioned how your track Best Days feels like a love letter to your younger self and your community. When people hear it, what do you hope they would feel and take away from that music video?
Mm, um, I want them to honestly just embrace that youthfulness. Because I think sometimes we grow old and we kind of like grow out of certain habits, like speaking to your neighbor, holding the door for somebody, build a community. Those are the things that I want to make sure that I keep going so the next generation can keep, up with those things. So just having that feeling, because, again, Chicago growing up, like, I just remember going to summer camp and like you had the old ladies on the side of the building. They passing out chips. They got double dutch. They got the DJs over here. It was just always community, and obviously, like things happen, which that's a whole political conversation that we can't get into. But just making sure that we're keeping the main thing, and that's love. And that's why I was saying in the song, it's all about love, love, love. Like people be saying la la la. I'm like, no, it's love, 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 love. So that's that was the whole message. I
Yeah.
mean, they want to remix it. That's cool, but they what I said. But it's all right. But yeah, just making sure you can feel that feeling of nostalgia. Just going back in time, and we can always keep that feeling. It's not gonna be this exact same because we are older, but let's just keep the feeling fresh.
Yeah, I love that. That's beautiful. And I do think it's a little lost, that kind of like proper communication and that could be like with a lot of things, including like being on social media all the time. But yeah, that
Yes,
community is very important and I think growing up on that is beautiful. But yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Speaking of community, I wanted to ask you about, some artists about like your religion basically, like when it comes to
Mm.
music and it kind of involving it in. There's some artists that like to have their spirituality involved in their music, and I believe you mentioned something about that in one of your interviews that I watched, how you kind of, thank God for the gratitude that you have.
Always.
I wanted to ask you more about that and how you feel like it's helped you kind of push through your music career and also influenced your music itself.
Yes. So okay. Keep it $150 percent. I got baptized last year, so after that, I just really felt like there was a shift. Low key, I thought I was already baptized. I ain't gonna lie. I asked my OG. I said, I'm like, Mom, did I get baptized when I was younger? Because sometimes people just go through things and they just forget. She was like, no. I'm like, okay. She was like, okay, I wanted you to, do it at your own time. So I'm like, sure, let me knock it out because I feel like I'm ready. I'm ready to surrender. I'm ready for change. So, that really changed. That helped. I don't know. That there was a shift after that, and I was able to see the results with that. I just started to see like, okay, now more focus on certain things.
Mhm.
Opportunities were coming my way. Yeah, like, and I was even at my lowest. Like when I'm not trying to go too deep into it, but like when you have these spiritual moments and like when you make these decisions for yourself spiritually and you connect with God, you gonna have the hardest time. Like people don't understand. Like I went through a lot last year, and then I was able to come out with something beautiful, such as the universe. And I feel like that's one of my favorite songs to ever perform. Period. Just because I was able to talk about the things that I was. It was a little vague, but I just kept it straight to the point. Like remaining, staying on that track, on that path, with God, and like just remaining grateful no matter what you got going on, because you're gonna have to go through stuff. You gotta kind of expect that, but you gotta put your camo on and get ready for war because that's just life. And you just gotta remain grateful throughout the entire process. So um that's a little bit of my journey. Just a little
Yeah.
taste of that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love that. And it's important to have, it's important to have it, a religion or some sort of belief and hope to help pursue your careers and your, endeavors in life. So that's beautiful that you're able to do that. I love that for you.
Yeah, whatever you believe in, because not everybody gonna believe in what you believe in. But I mean, shoot, I know what I believe in. I've
Yeah.
experienced this, so it's all good.
I love that. Yeah. Speaking of challenges, what are some of your biggest challenges in your career so far that you've experienced that may not be related to the religion part?
Yeah, probably I used to be a perfectionist heavy. Now I'm just kind of in the bag of like, man, if it sounds good this time when I'm listening to it, then cool. I got a few people around me that's gonna let me know, like, oh, okay, like you can add to that or tweak that. But more importantly, if I'm in love with something, I'm gonna just put it out because it's been a lot of times when I've recorded the same song for no reason and it just sounded fine. So now I got some things in the vote that I am confident about that I can't wait to put out. So just that overthinking, and just yeah, it just slows artists down. Like you have to believe in yourself. If you know who you are, just know you that girl, you that guy, you they them, like you are that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful. I love that. That's important too. Keeping your head, your head down and making sure you go where you need to go for your career. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you more about your creative process and kind of how you go from pen to paper all the way to your music videos and shooting that. What is that like for you? What's it, even if you want to break it down, like just, what's like how you write your songs or how you even get to your beats and such? How is that like for you?
Yeah. Um, my creative process is so abstract. I will always say this. It's all over the place. So I could be driving down LSD and I hit a beat and I'm just zoning. I'm not texting and driving, y'all. I'll probably record myself rapping my verse and then like write it down later, try to translate it onto paper. Um, or I'll just go in my room, burn an incense, put something on mute. Like it could be a old 90s film, mute it and just zone out and like use that as inspiration or just like let that connect to something else. It's just really about getting creative. We're going to you can go to the lake or you could literally go to a park and just find inspiration. Sometimes you could sit in an all white room and just force yourself to write. So that's kind of where I just find my creative process. It's a little bit all over the place, though. It just depends.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you more about your Best Days music video. I
Hmm.
know so much of your own personal footage from back then when you were a kid, and like also pictures when you were growing up. Were you really active in like the directorial aspect of that music video, or like even in the edit room or anything like that? And how was that process like for you?
So I had a few things to like chime in for, but honestly, shout out to my boy Isaiah. That's my dog, my bro. Like he flew out there and he did it on his birthday. So I will never take that lightly. That man, he definitely put his foot in there. He definitely took the lead when it comes to direction. Because sometimes I'm just kind of like, well, I want to do this, da, da, da. But he'll add those extra layers and elements to that to give it that full essence that people get to experience. So I give credit to him. He gets most of the credit, like 99% of it. I'm not gonna lie. All I probably said was, oh yeah, let's go to my grandma crib. That's about it. But other than that, like, bro really took my ideas. Like, he's legit the vision. He
Hmm.
is the vision. Um, and he's bro was dope. So yeah, shout out to him for sure.
Yeah, it was his idea to put in like your footage from back then as well. Like that was like such
I
a
can't
cute.
remember. Um, I can't remember that. I think I was trying to. Oh, I think I might have just sent him some VHS footage because I had it.
Mhm.
That might have been an idea of mine actually, but yeah, but it was his idea for like showing the photos, and
Yeah.
then it was me and my grandma at the end because it went
Yeah.
from like us before and after. So that was all him though. Like he definitely killed it with the visuals. So shout out to
Oh,
Isaiah Shoddy.
I love that. It was a really like emotional and just touching video. I really loved it. It was a good one. So both of you did a great job.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course. It was a great collaboration. Speaking of collaborations, what are some of your like goals for other collaborators, like,
Ooh,
producers or artists that you plan to have or just like dream of having?
oh my gosh, it's so many. This question jacks me up every time. So I really want to work more with Omar Raps, Jay Hayes, Ill City. He one of my favorite producers, period. Um, Definitely want to tap in with Rufus Sims. I wouldn't mind working with like it's this one MC. She's honestly an OG. Her name is Tifa. Really
Mm.
would like to work with her. Just seeing like women push their pen is just amazing to me. Um, I gotta get some. It's okay. Me and my girls got songs already, but I want them on my joints. So
Hmm.
Adia, Eddie Fani, El Swift, I gotta throw my girls in there. Ren. Oh man, it's just so many, and I'm probably forgetting some people, but those are like the main people that I would love to work with. And I actually have like a not a hit list, but a nice little list of folks that I want to really because hit list sound like, ooh,
Yeah.
no, this ain't that. Like I want to work with y'all, so
Right.
that's my list for now. I know I have like a lot more people that I should have named, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that. Those were, exciting endeavors and I can't wait to see that. And I know you're close with a lot of those people you mentioned, like Ren, Ifania.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it like having such a tight-knit community behind you that's involved in music and in the music industry, kind of helping you support you and also you supporting one another?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so grateful. They honestly like inspire me because I don't know. When you're working with your family, like your chosen family, it is different versus you just being put in a room with somebody. That's cool too, but it's all organic and it's genuine. And when you can actually experience, like, it's been times when like we've experienced like real struggles, real life things with each other, and we get on stage and people just be like, "Wow, y'all," and it's just like, man, like, thank y'all because y'all don't even know that what we go through, just as people on the artist grind. Like we make a lot of sacrifices and I don't regret anything. I love it here. It's fun. So I'm just grateful to doing my homegirls. Like all the girls that I just listed, they're so fly and so dope. And I'm just ready to really work. I just gotta, come up with some things, the logistics, but
Mhm.
we gonna definitely cook for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear that. It's gonna be beautiful. And it's important to have
Yes,
women, women in the industry. I think that's super important. So you guys are making a
facts.
very important statement. I love it. I also wanted to mention because you brought up in another interview about, being a woman in rap and being, a woman in the music industry in general is a very tough thing to
Yeah.
do. And it's for
Mm.
you, I think you mentioned it was good, it's been good to you and it's been a great experience so far, which is amazing. But you're also aware of like the sexism that it exists around everything in the industry. How do you navigate through those spaces while keeping your confidence and focus on your exact, goals?
Yeah. I just you gotta really just walk in a room knowing who you are, because people will try to play with you, and like when you a woman, here's the thing, and I know the ladies gonna feel me on this. If you a woman and you enter a different space, they expect like I don't they almost expect less from you, but I have to expect even more from myself. And then it's kind of like in certain spaces, only one woman can be like the hardest or like, oh, you the coldest female rapper. Like, what? I'm the coldest rapper. Let's change that verbiage. You dig what I'm saying? And don't give me that type of compliment. I get it. Like, thank you. It's like a thank you with a question mark.
Yeah,
But nah, then I don't like being put in competition with the next person. That's my sister. Like that's just really I'm my only child. I look at everybody like family. I don't even do that whole, oh
yeah.
well, I'm not that competitive to be honest. I do me. I'm competing with myself. And I know that sounds corny and cliche, but I'm not checking for the next person because I'm not getting a check for that. So, you know,
Mhm.
it's just really about how people move. I've experienced a few things that I didn't really peep until I was out of it. Um, but it's literally okay. People will definitely try to play with you when you're a woman and almost test you, and then they sometimes look at you a certain way, like, oh, she thinks she better than this person, or like she thinks she above the program. No, I'm a lady and we go through lady things. And I'm just showing up as much as I can. I'm not gonna ever, you know, come off a certain way or, people just be tripping. I don't know. So
Yeah.
that's just my little experience, but I love it here regardless.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. You have such a great optimism for it because even though, people are trying to let you down or get you down, you're always gonna put your head up and just keep on moving forward. I love that.
Yes, keep on keeping on.
Yes. Oh, I love it. You have such grit. I love that. That's beautiful. I wanted to ask more about like your routines and, some artists before getting on stage, they would, have some sort of ritual or like things they have to do when before they're about to perform. What are some of yours just to kind of get, those jitters out or if you ever have any sort of like stage fright, how do you get rid of that before performance?
Oh, I try to leave the jitters literally outside the venue because I get so nervous. And I feel like anytime I'm super nervous, I mess up. Like I
Mm-hmm.
just mess up. And I just feel like you should just walk into the first of all, walk into the room prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you are prepared, you still may mess up. But that's just when the jitters get in. But for me, I get my tea from Dunkin' Donuts. I
Mm-hmm.
get me a mint tea. My homie Theezy put me on to throat coat. I wish I had it with me. Get you some throat coat, ladies, or if you a singer, guys, whoever, because you will lose your voice on stage, especially as a rapper. Because I do like the fake singing too, so I gotta be careful. And then I would definitely switch up the song if need to be to protect my voice. But just kind of laying low, not doing a lot of talk for sets. And just drinking a lot of warm water, not cold, because that's gonna throw that off. But yeah, and just pray. That's about it.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great routine, actually. Very health oriented. I love that. I think it's really
Mm,
not rare, but a lot of artists don't speak about the health when it comes to that. And it's
yeah,
good that you're mentioning it because it's super important. But
yeah.
yeah, it's beautiful. Um, Going off of performing and, goals in mind, what are some of your goals for performing at specific venues or anything like that when you want like maybe like a festival or with a specific artist or something like that? Do you
Mm.
have goals coming up that you really want to just put on your, 2026 list?
Yes, I just want to. I haven't hit every single venue in the city, but I at least want to hit like every single venue in the city,
Mhm.
like venue, for sure. Like with a big name, of course. Even like I love Schubas. Like I love Schubas. Hit Schubas again. I've done Metro. That was fire. I would love to do like our own full blown set at Metro. Um, I did Sleeping Village with my homegirl. That was fire. Yeah, just I don't know. I wouldn't mind hitting the same venues again. Like we could do that. I definitely want to go out of town and hit some venues as well. That's like the next big thing. And just like making sure like all my raw code friends that are artists, hit these same stages as us because they're so much deserving of it. And oh my gosh, I wish I can give you a full list of everybody, but like they know who they are. We've been hitting the stages this year. Like everybody who I performed with this year, like those are the people that folks have to tap in with because they are so incredibly talented. So I'm just grateful for that. So those just are my goals for performing.
Yeah. Oh, I love them. I'm excited to see them. I know they're going to happen eventually, but yeah, that's
Oh,
exciting.
and I also want to do some street festivals too. That's been like a big goal of mine for a long time is to
Mm.
do a street festival. It could be with or without a band. I just want to do something outside and then give me something to eat out.
That's a great goal. I've never heard that one. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. I love that. Yeah. Well, I wanted to go more into depth about, your music and kind of your influences and your musical influences. What are some artists or, beats or any producers that have influenced your work so far?
Yes. We got Mob Deep, Jay Dilla, Alchemist, Bahamadia, Lauren Hill, um, Diggable Planets, the Boogie Monsters. I really don't. I go like really deep into the catalogs there. I know I'm missing some people. Um, hmm, I got a lot. MC Smooth, like it's just so many people that I've listened to, but those people really helped inspire me to like pick up the pen and to just get creative. Even when listening to producers, because I'm not a producer, I made two beats in my life. They sound like they could be on a commercial, sweepstakes commercial. Not that great, but um, just hearing the sounds and seeing where they could take you, that's just inspiring within itself, and like knowing how people make beats and sampling a rock song and making it hip hop, that's crazy to me. Or like sampling outside like a bird chirping and like making it a trap beat or something. I don't know. But that's so fly to me. And I just think like expanding your creativity on that level is so and those people mentioned artists, they is 10 out of 10.
Mhm.
Yeah, and just about those same now, like big names, Boogie Monsters, Mob Deep. So in Common, I don't even think I mentioned Common, but yeah, just like those people pushing that pen and like making hip hop. They make unique hip hop. It's not like it can be traditional to some, but none of them sound like each other. And
Yeah.
that's what I like. I don't want somebody sounding like, you know, Lil Romeo up the street or
Yeah.
everybody has their own unique sound and they bring something unique to the table. So I
Yeah.
love it.
No, that's beautiful. I love that so much. Those are great influences. They're really good. I think, have you ever tried like to kind of sample things? I know sampling can be a little bit controversial depending on like, the rules around like copyright. But have you ever thought about
Yeah.
sampling anyone's work so far just to kind of like remix it into your own work? Yeah.
Is this better? I think it was
Yeah.
me.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Were y'all able to hear me? I didn't know everybody was up in here. Hey, y'all. What? It's a party.
I think I think it got most of it, but it did cut off a lot at the last question. Right when we asked the last question, it started cutting out. But
I'm
hopefully you got
screaming.
it. I think it's
Yes.
good. We can re-ask it though, just so we can get it back in there. Um,
Yes.
Man, I wish I remembered my question. Oh man. Let me see.
Do I remember it? I don't think I remember. Do y'all remember?
We can go on to a new one. It's totally fine. If it caught it, it
Okay.
caught it. If not, maybe we'll remember it later. It's okay. It happens.
Thanks, y'all.
Everyone's so supportive. Thank you guys for waiting for us. It was a little bit of technical issues, but we got back. We're here. We're strong.
Yes.
Um, Let me see here. So you mentioned earlier that sometimes you kind of can get into your head about when it comes to music, and you mentioned in an interview, I believe. And how is it like when you go through those creative blocks, and what is it like, kind of getting out of that? Could you walk us through that?
Oh, I occasionally go through writer's block, and I think I think it was Royce the 5'9", he was like, writer's block is not real. And I'm like, let me let that marinate. Because I think sometimes we're not often inspired, especially with the
Mm-hmm.
way that the world is right now. We could just be depressed and like we're just,
Yeah.
sad. So I'm kind of in that bag of just every day writing about whatever's on my mind. I
Mm-hmm.
purchased the Artist Way recently, and um the first task got you like writing 3 pages of just all your thoughts automatically. You can't share with nobody. You got to put it away, basically. You got to keep it to yourself. So that's really been helping me because I'm not that vulnerable for real. Like yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have to work on being more vulnerable. I can get vulnerable in my music, but sometimes when I'm like disconnected, I'm just disconnected for real. So just pushing that pen, and making sure that I do it as soon as I wake up. Like you got to wake up 2 hours early before you got to do what you got to do, and then like right. So having a discipline, just staying focused in the morning time,
Yeah.
that's important to me, and you create better habits that way.
Yeah, that's a great routine. I hope I'm gonna try
Yes.
to get through that. Honestly, the 2 hours before something, that's I need to start because I wake up like 30 minutes before work. So like
Okay.
I gotta get into a better habit. But that's a great, first step,
Yeah,
I
for
love it.
sure.
Yeah. Um, I wanted to ask you more about, your music. I think that's what we were talking about actually. Your creative.
Influences. Thanks,
Yeah,
twin.
the influences, yes. Some of them, and oh, we were talking about sampling. That's what it was.
Oh my gosh, Jamar is in here, y'all. That's my first of all. He's first of all. We're dropping a project. I'm not gonna say the name because I don't think he want me to say the name. But we're dropping really soon. That's my dog. So if y'all need a producer, please hit Jamar Johnson up. He produced Bad Days. He produced the Universe. And my song. I'm just on it. But um, yeah. So that's who I've been locked in with. I've been playing his beats nonstop for the longest. So that's my dog. Salute to him. He's the GOAT.
I love that. Hopefully, you can get some, more work done. But I want to see more collabs with you two. That'd be great.
Yeah, soon, very soon, around the corner soon.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited. Speaking of more collabs, would you ever have like any of those artists that are like super, like, kind of almost unreachable, like A-list artists that you would dream of collaborating with?
Oh,
Because I see Chance back there, and I'm like, maybe there's a chance that that would happen.
I could see me a chance cooking. I could definitely see that. I
Hmm.
want to. No, I'm talking too much. I was gonna say me and him could make a footwork and track. I'm playing, but no. Probably definitely throw chance in there. Hard to reach. Nas. I'm like reaching high.
Hmm.
Lauren Hill. Um, I would love to do something with Bahamadia. Like that's I love her. I'm gonna always give her her flowers. I would love that's like my number one dream collab in life is Bahamadia. I would love to do something with her. I would definitely oh man, Joey Badass for sure. Um I don't know why. I think I said this in the past, but I could see myself working with Larry June for some
Ooh.
reason. Just on some like chill, laid back Flossy rap. And I'm trying to think. I got one more person in my mind, but I can't think of them. Most Def.
Hmm. Oh, Chance the Rapper
Most
for
Def.
Working Track. Yes, those. That's a great list, and I'm loving it so far.
Yes.
It's a great list, yeah, and I'm manifesting it for you, so it's gonna
Thank
happen.
you.
Yes, of course. I love that. And I wanted to go off of, I believe, oh man, I lost my question. We were going so much with it, I lost it. Um, yeah, we could just go off of, the loyalty, and that your community has for you. And, clearly you have a lot of
Mm.
love for the people that you get to work with. And they obviously have a lot of love for you. And it's beautiful that you get to see that. And you've also been really open about how your grandparents and your parents and even your family have shaped you as a person, and, even your music. How does that legacy show up in your music and your image today?
Yes, I think I wear it a lot just being from the side of town that I'm from. I'm from the South Side. I'm from 35th the King. So just being like, I didn't have it the worst, but I didn't have it like the greatest, the best either. You know what I'm saying? So just being around that community, going from one type of school to a different type of school, going to a high school, that was kind of rough. Like it wasn't like terrible, but like, just letting those things shape you,
Mhm.
and growing up with grandparents that listen to R&B, soul, funk, OG stepping music. So those things always inspire me because it always had a message. Love was the message. That's obviously said the best days. But yeah, just kind of like I wish I could like preview some music for y'all so y'all can really like get the gist of what I'm saying. But just me tapping into that vulnerability, and like black people talk about being black and experiencing blackness in their music, and just that black experience. Like we really need that in the music besides what's being promoted on the radio. That I'm cool with that too. I can, if she want to shake her ass, cool. Like if she, I don't know if I can curse, but if they want to do that, make your money, getting fly, like that's cool. But it's other things that we gotta touch on. So
Yeah. No, that's important, and I love that, and I love you're able to show that, and you're able to give it out to the world. It's a blessing you have. Yeah,
thank you.
of course, anytime. Um, and you noticed that, or you mentioned that earlier that sometimes, ugh, I keep messing up my questions, so I'm
You
sorry.
okay? I'm listening anyway.
No, you're good. Oh, yeah, the momentum of having your life, kind of play out with your music is a very important momentum. When you did it with Best Days, and because I'm just keep going back to that because I just love that music video so much. It was a good
Thank
one.
you.
Yeah. What were some of your like picks? With the locations that you shot at? Were they specific ones that represented a place that you grew up at, or was that just a place that you just thought was really pretty and you wanted to kind of film there?
Right. That I grew up all over there. Like, that was my grandma crib. That bus stop, that's the bus stop that my OG would get off after, going to
Mhm.
school and come from work. So me and her, if I was with her, we'll take the bus, we'll take the number 3. We're gonna take that straight on down. Around the corner by Chase, you got the number 4. Trying to think of some other spots. I had a mural that was on 47. Um, I like that mural is still up because they took a lot of those buildings down due to gentrification, but that symbolized, the neighborhood, and the stories that were told from those neighborhoods, specific from
Mhm.
those blocks specifically. And the classroom was the only thing that we picked that looked pretty. Shout out to Isaiah. He was like, "Yeah, let's go in the classroom, kind of give it that I don't know, that old school feeling." So I put my
Mhm.
little t-shirt on, my little hat, and I had my pen and paper, and we just did our 1-2 step. So shout out to Isaiah and Jamal Johnson for that collaboration. It was so ill.
It was a very, very beautiful, like a well put together video, like from start to finish. It looked very thought out, and I loved it.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, of course. And I wanted to mention your EP about being. You mentioned that it was being all in alignment. And I wanted to ask, when it comes to your EPs and even an LP, how you choose what goes on which, and what's that process like for you?
Well, this is my first time figuring it out. With the help of Jamar, because I've never done this before. I'm a singles girl, so I'll put my single out, then work on something, and then I'll kind of hesitate on putting it out just because I'm like, I don't know if I'm in love with it. But being in the studio with bro and just like sending him stuff that I worked on, and he like, yeah, like this cool, like let's just keep cooking, like let's keep stacking. So I'm in the process of just like sending music over now, getting everything mixed and mastered so
Mm-hmm.
I can see exactly what to put on there. So um we're looking about under 8 songs, under 7 or 8 songs for the EP, just to give them a taste of what we've been working on. But we definitely cooking for show some more. Like, yeah, I got some stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. What kind of energy are you planning on putting out into that EP just to kind of give people, a taste of what they're going to get when that releases?
I have it's a mix of it's the same energy, but it's a mixture of emotions and things that I'm experiencing currently. So I'm basically giving people a sample of like who I am. This is just an introduction anyway. So yeah, folks that's been to my latest shows, they've heard a few songs. Not a few, but probably like 1 or 2. That's gonna be on there. So I'm really excited. Me and bro been cooking.
Mhm.
It's been a journey for sure, and I'm just grateful because bro got me back outside. I ain't gonna lie. I was already working with other producers, but I needed that. I don't know. I just felt like I needed that something to make me want to rap again. What's gonna inspire me? Because I haven't worked. I mean, I worked with producers for sure, but it's always been kind of like on me. But in this collaborative type of way of working, I don't think I've had that. So him, like kind of give me the concept, or like you hear the beat, the instrumental. That's I'm gonna call it instrumental. The production. And it tells a story, it's a bit easier for me to work with that because as an artist, as a water sign, I kind of
Yeah.
connect with that type of energy. I want to create and not just rap because that's easy. We can rap, but I want
Yeah.
to tell a story. I want to get deep. So, bro, really got me back outside in terms of that. So I'm forever grateful.
Yeah, I love that. And going off of kind of making us music into a story, I wanted to ask you because you've mentioned in the past about the quality of music, and you said how you want yours to feel believable. How would
Hmm.
you kind of how would you describe real music in today's industry? And based off of all the different types of genres out there and all the different people out there that are trying to become artists.
Yes. Oh, you. I think off back you could tell when it's real when you get the feeling. Um, for example, let me give an example. Like Jay-Z, for example. People know he was a hustler, he was getting money, but he was also like preaching to like folks that didn't have money, like, yo, you kind of like flexing on them, but also like giving them game at the same time. That's authenticity because he was actually an example of somebody that went from the low to the high.
Hmm.
You went from the street selling whatever, and now you in your suit and tie, but you still wearing your locks, your wicks. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's dope. And you could just tell when it's real in the music, the lyrics. You can also, I'm gonna have to say it, but this is for both genders. It's people that be rapping about killing people, and y'all never held a gun in y'all life. Same with rock artists. These people on stage, I don't even know what some of them be talking about. It's almost like really demonic. Like, I don't know, like some of these rock artists, they just be on stage and they just be saying a whole bunch of hoopla. And I'm like, are y'all even like this? Then y'all wipe the makeup off and then y'all go home and y'all living a different life. So it ain't even just drill artists to me. It's some other folks. So I
Hmm.
don't know. I just feel like you could tell when it's real and you could tell when it's fake. And
Yeah.
I can't lie in my music. People know me. They're gonna be like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that. No, it's important to, be very authentic, and you clearly show that in such a beautiful and graceful way. And I love it.
Mm, thank you.
Of course. I wanted to quickly ask just a kind of random question almost. I wanted to kind of clarify your name because I know you go by Radical Knight, but you also have
Hmm.
Day. And I love the name Day, and the way you spell it is so unique. And I feel like,
Thank you.
why not go by Day? Is there a story behind having both names, or, why you have the handler as Radical Knight as well as be called Day all the time?
Yes, I love that question. So my name and artist name is Day, but Radical Night is just my it's my like social media name.
Yeah.
I had it in high school. I always felt like I went against the grain, just in general. Didn't really follow what everybody else is following. Like I used to dress different. I used to get bullied for wearing shoestrings as a headband. I remember the girls were trying to take it off. Like they cool now, but I will never forget because I was always quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember two of them was behind me, and I guess they was trying to like take it off my head without me knowing. And I'm like, bro, what are we? I'm just trying to get fly. I'm just in school, just trying to get fly. It wasn't that fly looking back, but I was cool because I'm like, I feel good.
Yeah.
Wearing baggy jeans in high school, going to the thrift shops, and everybody else got new pairs of Jordans, and like I'm gonna make the most out of my situation. I'm not your typical type. So that's where radical came from. And then even though it's a different meaning to that as well for sure, but that was my thought process, of course.
Mhm.
But then night obviously is just a play on my name, Day. And I added two T's to be
Oh.
different. That was it.
Wait, I love that. That's so fun. I didn't even think of that.
I'm like, what could I call myself like as an alter ego? Because everybody know Day.
Mhm. Oh,
So
I
that was
love
it.
that. That's such a funny. I love little witty things like that, and that's so funny. I love that. See, it just goes to show how creative you are. Like you're really thinking about,
Thank you.
you know. I love
I was
that.
bored. I was like, I need a name for Instagram because Day is taken. Okay, I think Day was a clothing store and I'm trying to snag that name
Oh.
down.
Hopefully they give it up. Hopefully it's able to. You just get Dave, but I still love Radical Knight either way. It's still unique and your own little creation.
Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And we're gonna start just wrapping things up a little bit. I wanted to ask you just kind of like when Day is not, doing anything music wise, when you're on your day off, what are you doing? What are you known to do or seen doing?
Oh, um, I've been collecting a lot of books lately. Um, so I just been like in the bookstores heavy, just trying to like enhance my mind. Um, hmm. What else? I'm always doing something. Y'all would definitely catch me at the store shopping for sure. Um, I do so much. I know my twin though, because I'm always on the phone with him doing some running some errands. Probably taking a walk. I've been trying to get in my fitness bag, so
Mm-hmm.
that's about it. Cooking vegan food. I'm not a
Yep.
vegan, I'm vegetarian, but yeah.
Uh, it's good
That's
to have
it.
both. You never know.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I love that. You're very, you have a good balance between music and between your real life. It's important. It's good.
Yeah, it is. Or like I'm going to if I'm not creating or if I'm not on stage, I'm definitely gonna go support my homies at their shows. So
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that. You're so nice.
she said shopping, I'm screaming.
She knows. She's
She
listening.
clocked me.
And then, one more question before we wrap up really quickly. What does ambition mean to you?
Oh, ambition just simply means get into it nonstop, no matter the circumstance.
That's a
That's
great
it.
one. That's a great one. I love it. People usually go off on it, but I love that you make it a statement. That's perfect. We should make it our slogan.
Hey, we gotta stay ambitious, baby.
Oh, oh yes. What a way to close. I love that. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here, Day. It's been absolutely a pleasure. You've been such a great little person to chat with. I love that.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me. Thank y'all for staying with my technical issues. It
Yeah.
was simply because I didn't have the Wi-Fi on. I feel so embarrassed.
Oh, it's okay. It happens. You're all good. Thank you so much. It's been such a great having you. Before we wrap that up, we wanted to ask you if there's anything exciting going on in your life or anything that you have planned coming up, any events, any thing you're releasing or anything like that.
Oh my gosh. I I'm gonna have the details for this EP so soon. I'm so excited. I'm going to New York with my girls every so often by Adia Do. That was released last year, her beautiful project. We're going on tour for it. So we'll be in New York November 8th, at Brooklyn Music Kitchen. And I'll put the flyer on my page again. But yeah, it's gonna be me, Fani. Oh Lord, I gotta remember everybody on this list. Now the most high, his Zion. Kari. Oh Lord, it's so many people. Kiko. Did I miss anybody? Me and Ifani. So of course Adia. So it's gonna be lit. I can't wait. And yeah, y'all have more details on the project. I'm actually excited. I'm trying to see if I want to put out another single or not, but I'm trying to chill out. So Jamar got to give me the green light. I can't do nothing without Jamar consent because I don't know what to do.
I love that. Well, we're gonna keep an eye out for those. Everyone, watch out for that. And where can we find you so we can make sure we get up to date with everything?
Yes, y'all can find me at Radical Night with two T's at the end on, I don't use X right now, y'all, but Instagram, Music by Day on Facebook. Yeah, that's about it.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. It's been an honor having you here, joining us. It's been great day. Thank you so much. And
Thank
thank
you.
you for everyone tuning in. It's been awesome having everyone just kind of interviewing with our involving with our interviews today. And don't forget to follow Day here on Instagram. And don't forget to follow Ambitious Entertainment for more content just like this. Have a great Sunday night, everyone. Hope to see you guys soon.
Shout
Bye.
out to my little cousin Kamora. Love you, girl. Bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.